Oh hey, the next LEGO idea set has been now. Damn, that like to dislike ratio. God damn it, LEGO. Why did you thought this was a good idea? So those who have been following the LEGO YouTube channel and the LEGO Idea website, you likely have seen what is going to be the next LEGO Idea set. Those who haven't seen it, well, instead of getting Voltron, Spaceballs, Observatory, or construction site, we instead got Women of NASA, an extremely simple and boring project with no playability. Along with this project getting up to 10,000 supporters in only 15 days is extremely suspicious, whilst other projects took longer to get that much. Whilst the Voltron project took 23 days, those who support it knows that kids would love to play with this. It has stuff to grab people's attention of having lots of playability of transforming it into Voltron, lots of possibility, and it having a fan base that would definitely buy this no matter the price. Along with it being an amazing build with great use of pieces and look like the guy put his heart, sweat, and tears into it. Hell, people in the Idea website and YouTube comments were not happy that Voltron didn't pass. At least it has a chance next time, unlike the others. Two things that is opposite of each other. Pick the boring one that people will only buy for new pieces and recolors exclusively to it. But this will obviously fall flat on its face harder than Bionicle G2, along with the Star Wars Battle Packs that are $5 more and the overpriced sets. I'm looking at you, LEGO Dimensions. Now another thing about this, and that being this set was obviously picked over all the other projects, is because women. That's it, nothing else. Just that wanting to put feminism into a set with it being obvious. Instead of LEGO themselves making a larger set with many play gimmicks and minifigures based on people who done big things at NASA of both men and women. You know, to have the equality they want. But people are saying and calling out on how dumb this choice was. But the other side are saying to
don't look at the comments. People are just mad because they didn't pass.
Even though people, I included, have said they could put female minifigures can be of real people in the observatory, merchant's house, and the construction site. Nothing stopping them from doing that. Now, some of those on the side of supporting the project would say so the women of said subject would be acknowledged for once. This argument is completely idiotic. Schools would also be teaching about the women's of said subject, not just men, and the teacher that are teaching about the subject would be bringing up the ones who done big impacts. Not caring about what the gender of the person is, and we shouldn't give a damn about the person's gender, like with the color of their skin, like what LEGO should be doing. You pretty much make it look like you don't care about the subject when all you are looking at is the gender of the person working there. Also, if they weren't acknowledged, then how the hell did you know who they were? Oh yeah, the obvious one, interest. And speaking of interest, I haven't seen someone use this argument, but it's likely that someone will. That is, would get women interested in the subject. If someone would have made this argument, it would fall flat on its face because it's idiotic to think that the gender of the person would get someone into the subject. The only reason someone would get interested into a subject is that they enjoy the subject. the people in NASA got there because guess what? They enjoy the subject. They love to know more about our solar system and what is out there. Not because of someone, though they may look up to someone was learning more about the subject, but the reason of them being there is anything but it is not the damn gender crap. If you try to force people into a subject they don't like in college, a huge chance that they will drop out for something they actually enjoy. Hope to God it isn't gender studies. Now this can be said about the people working at LEGO, but instead those who don't enjoy it would make horrible stories and sets. Like nowadays construction sets. Now that I have gotten those two horrible arguments out of the way, there's a particularly good comment I would like to highlight. It's by Xbox Travis 7992 on a Brickset.
Well, since the Brickset comments seem upset I called their decision a political correctness ploy, I feel it is worth explaining my dissatisfaction with their decision. Was it smart for it to include Katherine Johnson, who was depicted in a film recently? Yes. Do these women deserve to be recognized? Yes. But so does John Glenn, Warner Van Braun, etc. Furthermore, as an American I love NASA, but, let's be honest that the USSR made an equal contribution to space exploration which LEGO deserves to recognize, the USSR historically sending women to space first. That is why I called it politically correct, because it stoops to the modern social political trends to earn LEGO public brownie points.
Dude, I just dropped a deuce in the brownie bowl, which is code for I took a dump in the brownie bowl. Dave?
Just as I think an all-male LEGO set, like what we saw often in the 90s, was a mistake, I also think an all-female set falls into the same error. You can't call one an error while calling the other flawless. If we really want to celebrate space exploration, let's celebrate all of it, and stop trying to draw lines along gender, race, and ethnicity for the politics we want to promote. STEM fields need to be promoted among both boys and girls, not just one or the other. Remember, in the modern US at least, more women are getting degrees than men now in school, suggesting that a method is needed to promote both genders to go to school, not just one or the other. It's also a lame minifig pack disguised as a set, so it has that against it too.
I like that he brought up USSR being the one to have the first woman in space, to make an argument of something LEGO deserve to recognize, instead of always making a set of NASA. But as he said, an all-male LEGO set and all-female LEGO set falls into the same error, though that can't work with sets based on movies and TV shows. For example, it wouldn't make sense to have Jenny in the LEGO Ecto-1, but it does in the Firehouse. Same can go with sets that are part of themes, since not all of these sets are going to have both. Hence, we shouldn't give a damn about genders. But anyways, if we want to celebrate something, it should be all of it and not the gender of someone. So that is all I have to say. Horrible choice, a spit in the face to those who put in effort into the design of their creation, while this table scrap one that shows that there's no reason to put in effort into your craft. Obviously, some people are going to buy extra of this, but I recommend you all to not buy this when it comes out, so LEGO would know how ridiculous this choice was, and that they shouldn't spit in the face of those who put in effort. So LEGO gets a cup of fail.